Chapter 7, Equations of Circle, Part 1. In S4, we have already discussed the equation of straight line. Remember the definition or the meaning of the equation of straight line. If I want to find the equation of straight line, L, that means I need to find an equation such that all the coordinates, all the points on the straight line which is satisfy that equations. So maybe you can use slope point form or slope intercept form to find the equations of the straight line. In this topic, we'll discuss the equation of circle. Before that, first of all, you need to know what is the meaning of a circle. According to definition in the element, we know the definition of circle is if we have a fixed point P and all the point with a fixed distance with this point P, it will form a circle. So the distance is called radius R. So remember, if we said that all the points on the circle, that means all the points are on the circumference. If the point is in this position, we'll call that point is inside the circle. It's not on the circle. So if I want to find the equations of a circle, that means I need to find an equation such that all the points on the circumference satisfy that equations. So what can we do? Let's see one of the examples. If I want to find the equation of circle such that the center is equal to 2 and 3, and radius is equal to 5. Okay, maybe we can make good use of this figure, 2, 3, and the radius is equal to 5. I want to find all the points, find an equation such that all the points on the circle satisfy that equations. Maybe you can let one of the points on the circumference is point Q and the coordinate is AB. What is the relationship between AB, this point, and the radius? I know they maintain an equal distance. So A minus 2 all square plus B minus 3 all square. Take square root is equal to 5 square according to the distance formula. According is equal to 5. It's not 5 square. Then I take square root on both sides. A minus 2 all square plus B minus 3 all square is equal to 25. You can see because Q is a moving point, Q is a random point, so that we can replace A and B by X and Y. I know all the points on the circumference are also satisfy this equation because the distance between this point and 2 and 3 is equal to 5. This one is called the equation of circle. So next time, if I know the center, H and K, and the radius is equal to R, we can pop it into this center radius form. X minus X coordinate of center square plus Y minus Y coordinate of center is equal to the radius square. Why we have this formula? Remember this, which is related to the distance formula. The distance between the point on the circle and the center must be equal to R. Let's see class practice 1, question 2. Question 2. I want to find the equation of circle, satisfying the following conditions. Center at origin, that means center at 0, 0, with radius 3. That means, according to the center radius form, X minus 0. Maybe you can skip this step, plus Y minus 0 all square is equal to the radius square. Remember, this is radius square. It's not equal to the radius. Then expand it and simplify it. The final answer is x squared plus y squared is equal to 9. Maybe you can do part B and part C and the question 1. You can pause the video, and after you finish this 2B and C and question 1, you can check the answer. You may check your answer. Part 2B, x minus 3 all square plus y minus 2 all square is equal to 5 square is equal to 25. X plus 3 all square plus y plus 1 all square is equal to 1. Question 1. If I know the center radius form, you also need to know how to find the coordinate of center. By compare this form to the center radius form, then I know h is equal to 1, and this is y only, so it's y minus 0. So the center is equal to 1, 0. And remember, the radius is equal to the square root of the right-hand side. This is center radius form. We can use the characteristic of the center radius form to trace back the coordinate of center and radius. But for me, how can I find the center and the radius? I will use another way to find it rather than compare with the center radius form, because not very easy to compare these two forms, because maybe sometime we need to change the positive from positive to negative. So in general, what is the coordinate or x coordinate of the center? Consider this one. Okay, I will consider what's the values of x such that this term is equal to 0. X plus x is equal to 0, x is equal to negative 8, so negative 8. What's the values of y such that this term is equal to 0? So 2 minus 2 is equal to 0, so y coordinate is equal to 2. And how about the radius? Square root of 17. Example 7.1. Find the equation of circle with center 3, 2, and the radius is 5. Then I know x minus 3 all square plus y minus 2 square is equal to 25. Done. Finish. Not very difficult because I know the center and the radius. Remember, if you want to find the equation of circle, you need to know the coordinate of center and the radius. If you know, then you can write down the answer directly. How about part B? Show that means 6 and 6 must be a point on the circle. How to show? Remember, mind your presentation. Don't just substitute it into the equation and then write down 6 minus 3 all square plus 6 minus 2 all square is equal to 25, and then 25 is equal to 25. Remember how to show the point on the circle or on the straight line. Same idea. Left-hand side. Substitute 6 and 6 to the equations. Left-hand side is equal to 6 minus 3 square plus 6 minus 2 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 25 is equal to the right-hand side. It is because left-hand side is equal to right-hand side, so 6 and 6 is a point on the circle. Part C. If the circle obtained in a intersect y-axis, okay, a circle with 3 and 2 intersect y-axis. Find the coordinate of these two intersections. Remember, the coordinate on the y-axis, the values of x, the x coordinate must be equal to 0. That means I know I need to find the corresponding values of y when x is equal to 0. You may substitute x is equal to 0. 0 minus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 25. So y minus 2 all squared is equal to 16. Take square root on both sides. We have positive 4 over negative 4. So y is equal to 6 or y is equal to negative 2. Remember, because I need to find the coordinate, so the required answer. Remember, you need to write down the coordinate. It's 0 and 6 and 0 and negative 2. You may finish for exercise 1 and the example 7.2 and example 7 for exercise 2 and check the answer. You may pause the video. For exercise 1, give you the center and the radius. Ask you to find the equation of circle by using center radius form. X minus negative 1, so x plus 1 all square, plus y minus 0 square is equal to radius square. So this is the equation of circle. Hence, find the y-intercept of circle. So when x is equal to 0, substitute it, and then you can find two values of y. This is the y-intercept. Remember, if you need to find the y-intercept, don't write down the coordinate. Okay, y-intercept is a values only. So y-intercept are 2 root 2 and negative 2 root 2. Next page. Example 7.2 and for exercise 2. Okay, let's do the last two questions. And maybe you have already finished. Remember, you can pause the video and do it by yourself. One reminder. In public exam, if you need to find the equation of circle, some hidden information, you need to try your best to find the center. Okay, this is center. The coordinate of center is one of the given information. How about radius? This time we do not know the radius. Remember, what is the meaning about? The circle pass through A. That means point A must be on the circumference. So how to find the radius? Maybe you know this is the center and one of the point on the circumference. How to find the center? Good. Distance formula. But can you observe the x-coordinate of these 2 points are equal? So I know the distance between these 2 points, C and A, is equal to 3. So I can write down the equation directly. X minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 3 squared. Finish. Remember, if you want to find the equation of circle, just like the equation of straight line, you try your best to find one point and one slope. How about equation of circle? Find the coordinate of center and radius. Let's see for exercise 2. Ask you to give you the coordinate of center and plus 1 point. Write down the equation of circle, and maybe you can use distance formula. CA is equal to square root of 7 minus 3 squared plus negative 9 minus negative 5 all squared. So which is equal to square root of 32. Then the equation of circle, x minus 7 squared plus y plus 9 squared is equal to square root of 32 take square. So this is the equation of circle. How about part B? Find the distance between BC. Then apply the distance formula. 10 minus 7 squared plus negative 4 minus negative 9 all square. Simplify, not very difficult to find. This is equal to negative square root of 34. Part C, interesting questions. Hence, determine whether the point B lie inside, outside, or on the circle. Part A and Part B, we have some hints. Ask you to find the equation of circle and find the length of BC. What is the meaning of the length of BC? If we have a circle, I know this is equal to 7 and negative 9. And the radius, that means the length of CA, is equal to square root of 32. The length of BC is equal to square root of 34. That means must be longer than the radius. I know it is because square root of 34 BC is larger than square root of 32. Is the radius of the circle. Then B line outside. If you have time, you may take a look on the example 7.4. This question is quite difficult. Maybe you can, one of the hints, try to sketch the diagram. And do you remember, if you want to find the equation of circle, what do you need to find? Try your best to find that two information. You can find the equation of circle.